Love does not hurt. Love does not make you cry. That was something that I had to learn, that it's better to be alone than alone with someone. Good evening, guys. I'm just in my parking lot here. I got back from work very late. It's probably about midnight that I'm filming this. There's a lot on my mind, so I figured I would take a little walk in my parking lot. October is the start of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Obviously, a lot of organizations always do things to bring awareness to it year-round. As the month approaches, it has me thinking about domestic violence. I am a 2-time survivor of domestic violence. I don't know how familiar, especially with my new subscribers, you are of my older videos that I've posted on my channel, but I have talked a lot about domestic violence and the things that I've been through growing up. I am a survivor of domestic violence from my mother and my mother's direct family. I also went through domestic violence in a relationship as an adult. I've come out stronger from both of these situations. Like many women, I think that, number one, you could always be susceptible to domestic violence when it comes to partners. I think that my childhood weakened me for that, in the sense of that's what you think love is and it's not. And I'm grateful that I am free of abuse and that I'm no longer in any type of situation like that, whether it be a romantic partner or my familial situation that I went through as a child. So I'm out here, obviously that's a sign that things are on your mind if it's 12 midnight and you're walking in your parking lot. October is the start of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and as someone who has a channel, I think it's important for me to talk about these things and bring awareness to it. Number one, I would have realized that it was Domestic Violence Awareness Month anyhow, because you start to see these posts on social media reference it. Probably not enough, but also I had a odd encounter at work where a random couple came in, and long story short, they were having a domestic violence interaction with one another, passively fighting with one another, telling each other off. And because I didn't side with them and basically take a side as they were ranting in front of me, they ironically made a complaint against me. Nothing has come of that, but it kind of was a bizarre moment to realize that the domestic violence couple has made a complaint about you. It's like, okay, but that's what they do. They look for scapegoats. A lot of times the battered partner will then side with the perpetrator in order to deflect the situation and take the attention off of them. But this video is not necessarily about that. It's just that I'm mentioning something that occurred that I think got this video going and got my thought process going. It's the start of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I think it's something that everyone should be aware of. If you're in one of those situations, try to do your research on resources, and if there's a way to plan a safe exit. One of the worst things that people can say to you in those situations is just leave or just get out, because that is the most dangerous time to leave those relationships. That is when the situation is most lethal, because the aggressor feels that they are losing control of you. I had someone the other day, they commented on my channel. Again, thank you so much to my subscribers who have been here since day one, and thank you so much to my new subscribers. You guys mean everything to me. For my subscribers that have been watching the channel since day one, you know all the different types of content I've done. But to my newer subscribers, someone recently write on my channel, and what they said was, boy, you've really changed, or something along that level. I remember when you used to do fashion content or something like that. When I started my channel, I knew that I had a voice and I wanted to put the voice towards something. I feel that voice was very muted and I didn't really know how to discover it. So if you look at my channel, I started with fashion videos and humorous videos, and that was my way of spreading my light, if that makes sense. I felt that I was bringing joy to people by doing certain content, and you will see that in my shorts. If you look at my shorts, not all my shorts are necessarily about a societal issue or politics. A lot of them are just humorous, because I enjoy bringing light through my content. And sometimes that is by bringing direct feelings and voicing my thoughts on important issues. by being very direct in the way I speak, and sometimes it's just by being humorous. Both, I feel, are spreading light. And so they commented, this person, that, you used to do fashion videos, or you did this. And what I wrote was, I have always been authentic. And as I've grown, not necessarily as a channel, but as I have grown as a person, I have become myself, as sad as that is, because we lose that. You've heard that corny line, but it's true. We are ourselves when we are a child, and then somehow we lose that. So I did fashion videos, and I did humorous videos, and I still enjoy doing these things. And you may see me do that on my channel. And then I had videos where I went to Disney in good faith. I went to Disney trying to have a good time on the trip, and I had a lousy time on the trip. And I went to Universal, and Universal probably to not the extent of some of the things that went on when I went to Disney, but I also did not have the best time. It kind of just felt like a waste of money. When I was younger, Disney was very special to me. It was the golden era. I grew up in the 90s. Because I was going through domestic violence as a child, when we went there as a family, it was this irony where my mother was afraid of roller coasters. And my dad and me would go on roller coasters, and we would stand in the line, and the line was a decent wait. And by the time we got on the line and on the ride and through the gift shop, I got to get away from my mother for, over an hour. And it was in this weird way, this escape, because she was afraid of roller coasters. So we went to Disney and we went on roller coasters. Just little memories like that. The original Disney movies of the 90s, these movies we grew up on that showed a character of strength, that at the time these Disney movies had a lot of morals to them, made me feel, at the time, going through domestic violence, strong. Disney has changed a lot. They have changed a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of their content today is more interested in politics, it seems, than just creating good content. I could do a whole video on that in the future. That's not the focus of this video. This person had commented of like, oh, you have changed. It's like, for that matter, if you look back at my channel, I did videos where I talked about where I went to Disney, filmed a vlog that I went to Disney, and then I started to do videos saying about the things that went wrong on the trip, about how I didn't like how they were treating people with the disability pass, and I didn't like these odd things that go on with invasive room inspections. It's like, why am I paying to be at a hotel to have a room inspection every other day? I became more authentic because I was voicing on these things, and if you look at, for that matter, the Disney content creators, they will not tell you anything that's wrong with the parks. It's just like they just want the free donuts and trying to be on Mickey's dime. I've become more authentic with my content. I'm proud of my content, and I think that there's a responsibility to talk about important issues as these important issues come to mind. One of those things that's how I would almost frame my channel. That's where I came up with the idea, Nicole Proves. It's like sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I realized that the flow of my content is just talking about important things that are important to me and hopefully important to other people as well. And it seems like some of these issues obviously do resonate with other people. But it is the start of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Be aware, I guess, of your own situation. Be aware of your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, your sisters, your sorority house sisters, whatever is going on. Just be aware. These situations are very complex. It is usually not advised that you get involved because that can be a dangerous situation for you and the person. And don't forget, the person is probably trauma bonded to the person. So one of the best things that you can do somehow is maybe just make them aware of resources and things like that. And if you want to try to subtly say something to someone, I don't want to give you the wrong advice, because I'm not someone who is trained in domestic violence. I've been through it. But I know for myself that when you go up to someone who is fully into something, trauma bonded, they're into a relationship, there's a very strong chance they're going to defend their perpetrator. And so it's a very tricky thing where you want to say something and you want to help the person, but even the professionals have a very difficult time. The answer is, I guess, do the best you can, but also be kind to yourself in understanding that it's a rough thing to navigate. I guess if the person seems open, maybe in certain times, if you sense it's not dangerous for them or for yourself, that maybe you could have a conversation with the person. But every situation, every dynamic is different, and it's about, you know, everyone's safety in the situation. The best thing you can do is just be a lending ear and maybe somehow provide them with resources. But it's also, I believe, being heightened now by the economy. If you have a relationship, which is domestic violence no matter what, but then you come home and there's extra triggers, financial insecurity, the economy, inflation, perhaps the man, again, it could be the woman, has lost his job, or you're coming home and there's an eviction notice on your door, you can't afford your bills, that's going to be taken out on the other partner in the situation. So in a sense, that's another thing that you can say that has been a consequence of the Biden-Harris administration. Everything has a trickle dominoed effect. Economy sucks, and these things have a variable effect on things like domestic violence. I'm troubled. That's why I'm taking a walk at 12:30 in the morning. But yeah, I feel that I have a social responsibility to talk about things that are important, and this is one of them. Of course, you'll see videos on my channel where I'm humorous and I do fun things, but you're also going to see things that are important to me, and hopefully they are important to some of the viewers as well, which I believe they are. Again, thank you so much to my viewers that have watched me from day one, and thank you to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you again soon in my next video, and bye!